Hello and welcome to my channel. It is week 6 of Battle of the Spray Waxes and it is time to check in and see how they are all holding up. This will be my final update, unless you want a week 7 update. If you do, please let me know. I'll give my final thoughts on all 3 waxes at the end of the video. First thing I've noticed is even with just water, you can distinctly see where the tape goes and where the wax isn't applied. This is a very good thing as it shows the waxes are still doing a job. We've had quite good weather in Melbourne, early 20s and no rain this week. It's been quite good throughout the 5 weeks of the weather. We had probably 3 days of consecutive rain in Melbourne, but other than that, there's been no real rain in the last 5 weeks. As you can see, you can clearly see the lines of where the tape goes there. Yep, the wax is sheeting quite well. As always, we start with the contact wash. I'm not too sure if I've told you the reason that we do this. The reason that I do a contact wash every week is to replicate a weekly wash on a normal car. I believe washers do take off the wax gradually, so that's why it's more for the durability of the wax. We rinse off the soap. And again, you can already see the wax working. Look at that. Let's see how the hydrophobic qualities of these 3 are. So let's start with the Auto Glym. I really flooded the panel, just to give it a real test. And we can see it's working even while flooded. Obviously, very slow comparatively to week 1. But it is still there, it is still working. Keep in mind I did put a lot of water on that little section there. I didn't flood it so much this time, just to see the real sheeting qualities of it. And as you can see, it is much quicker when you don't absolutely flood the section. Over to the Bowdens zone. Again, I absolutely flooded the section there. So we can see a couple of different sections of the panel sheeting. So this shows that the wax is still working well, considering the panel was out in the weather for 5 weeks. It's showing that the wax is holding up, and the fact that it's sheeting from different places means that it's holding up really well. Not really well, it's definitely faded comparative to week 1, but it shows that there's a lot of wax still remaining on the panel. Over to the Meguiars. We can still see the sheeting properties on this part of the panel, and it is sheeting from multiple spots. Well, the corners in comparative to the Bowdens own, where it was sheeting from the middle and the corners, showing that the Bowdens zone, there's more residue on the Bowdens zone. There's more hydrophobic qualities on that at the moment. As we can see, when it's not flooded, it's doing the same where it's sheeting from the middle as well as the corners. So there is still some sheeting on that. It is still holding in there. Probably not as quick as the other two, but it is still holding up. So after watering all three spots of the panel, we can see the Auto Glym Bowdens zone sheeting really well. Look at that. Meguiars is still sheeting, not as well as the other two, and it is just holding on for the moment. Alright, so it's time to check for beading. The bead machine is really living up to its name. The bead machine is obviously the middle one, being the Bowdens zone. It clearly has the best beading properties of the three. Auto Glym is holding up in second, which is on the left. And there are no more beading properties on the Meguiars here on the right. So this was an interesting experiment. I always knew the Bowdens zone bead machine to be the gold standard. I wasn't expecting much from the Auto Glym, and I expected the Meguiars to be second best of the three. However, the Auto Glym performed extremely well. It's important to note that the application of the Meguiars wasn't as instructed. I wiped it off rather than rinsed it off. In my opinion, the longest lasting spray wax is the Bowdens zone bead machine. As a close second was the Auto Glym Rapid Ceramic Spray Wax. In third is the Meguiars Hybrid Ceramic Wax. As I said, I'll be doing more experiments like this on my channel. Can I please ask that you like, comment and subscribe? It really helps the channel more than you can imagine. Thanks for watching.